were in Luxembourg, obviously, and then we found out, like, everything was happening. We didn't know if they were going to postpone it or it was going to be done. And then we, like, all got messages, and everything just, like, happened so quickly. And they were like, it's canceled, like, no more season. No one knew, like, what was going to happen, especially for the guys, like, the playdowns and playoffs for them, like, how they were going to do that, like, who would drop. And then for us, it was just, like, over. So we were going to wait a few weeks to see if things calmed down because the flights and everything were so crazy. And then they were like, oh, you have to leave now or you probably won't be able to come home till June because they were shutting down all the flights. So we were like, we got to go. Like, we can't be here that long with nothing to do. So, yeah.
So, like, you guys made it in the top, right? Like, y'all were, like,
Yeah.
how was it going for y'all?
It was going okay. We had, like, a pretty good shot. I think we ended up in 5th. Like, that's where we were at when it was finished. So I think that's technically our end of the year standing. But there's, like, a lot of games left. And I don't know. It was kind of a bummer because I thought we had a decent shot to at least make the top 4. But it is what it is.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, how is it now just being home? Like, you just chilling or, like, how's it been?
Yeah, I'm really thankful that, like I said, I got to come home. So it's nice, like, being with my family during this. So today actually is my 2 weeks exactly. So my self-quarantine is up. So I was at my mom's just with her the whole time. And now I got to come see my dad and my, like, siblings and my stepmom. So that's been good. But yeah, so other than that, I haven't seen anyone, and I'm not going to until everything ends for our social distancing. But it's been okay. I've been keeping pretty busy. Like, I read a lot. I think I've read, like, 5 books and work out and, I don't know, do yoga and random stuff. I've been sewing a lot.
So, when you were self-quarantined, you were just in your room, like,
I
how?
would see my mom. She wasn't seeing anyone either, so she was, like, staying in with me. But, yeah, so that made it really nice. I wasn't completely alone, but it was hard with, like, no change of scenery at all.
Yeah.
Mhm. How has it been for you?
Man, it's been cool. Like, I'm
Mhm.
like working from home type thing, so it's not
Yeah.
like it's too much of a culture shock. But
Yeah.
you're like having to be in the house, like you can't leave. Like, I'm usually like busy though, like so
Yeah.
kind of. I think I needed this. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to like chill. But
Yeah.
it's cool though. I can't complain. I just feel bad. That's just the only thing. It's
I
like,
know, it's so terrible. I feel so bad, obviously, for the people that have been affected by the virus or, like, their loved ones, but then also all the small business owners and all the other people that economically are getting affected. Like, it's tough. It's going to be hard to bounce back from.
exactly, like, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. So I want to ask you, like, what do you think? What do you think about that? Like, how long do you think this is gonna be? And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Honestly, I have no idea. Like, the optimistic part of me wants to hope that it will end soon, like, after this mandatory shutdown kind of through April, that things will hopefully get better with that, and the warm weather I've heard is supposed to maybe help. I don't know necessarily if that is accurate, but I don't know. So that part of me is, like, hopeful, but I think at the same time it just makes me nervous. I just think it's spreading so quickly, and I don't know how we're that well prepared to handle it all. So I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm gonna say June. I
Yeah.
think the weather will help. I agree with that. So hopefully it'll just like blow by. But then kind of, I don't really know, man. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Seems a
I
little.
know. I have no idea. I don't know what really to think about the whole thing. I've heard so many different theories and different sides, and I don't know.
So like, walk me through the process when you flew back. It's
Mhm.
go through customs. But was it like crazier? Like, how was that? Like,
Well, that's why we wanted to wait a few weeks before we came back, because I heard at first the lines at the airport to go through the testing was like people were waiting in Chicago for like 8 hours after the flight. And I was like, after that long of a flight, I can't be waiting that long. So I was going to wait. And then, like I said, we found out we had to leave or we might be stuck there until June. So we got on the flight. And it honestly wasn't too bad. We had to fill out a paper on the plane that said kind of like where we had been, and if they were especially asking if we'd been in Italy or anywhere near China and Asia. So We had to like fill all that out and say if we had any of the symptoms. And then when we got there, we go through customs like normal. And then we had to go through another part where they collected those forms and they took our temperature. And it was actually kind of cool, the thermometer. They just put it up to your forehead. And I've never seen a thermometer like that. So it was very high tech. And then they gave us like a little speech about how we need to try and self-quarantine for 14 days. And if any of the symptoms arise, like go see medical help. But it actually went pretty quick. I went through Detroit though, so it wasn't bad. It probably took like an extra like 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. It was weird though. A lot of people on my plane wore masks and everyone was like sanitizing. So it was kind of just like a certain level of, I don't want to say panic, but extra precaution.
Yeah. Like, it's weird. It's going to be like that for a minute too.
Yeah, I know. Grocery stores have been so crazy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Man, so what else? So like, do you know like what's next? You know, I know this kind of like hit everybody at once, you know? So,
yeah. I don't know. I'm debating right now if I want to play another season or if I want to start my career and start teaching. So I was originally going to be done, and then this season I got hurt, and then with this ending the season early, I don't know if that's a sign. I need to be like, all this stuff keeps happening. That I don't know if I should just be like, oh, you really need to be done, or if it's a sign like, okay, play one more year, see what happens once you play a whole season. So I'm kind of bouncing that around, but also there's a certain extent of like, I don't know how much of either of those options are going to be available with all this going on. Like, I don't know how many schools will be hiring. I don't necessarily know like overseas how that's going to affect all the leagues and like teams. A girl, Jory Davis, she used to play at IU. She is really into like overseas advocacy, and she was talking about how, especially the women's side, that it's so much based on sponsorship from different like businesses, and since businesses are taking such hard hits, and we don't have super high attendance rates, that it might affect that. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I'm kind of right now just playing it by ear. I feel like everything's just on pause, like everywhere.
Yeah, everybody up in the air right now.
Yeah. So I don't know. I really don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of just trying to figure it out as I go.
Yeah. So, do you have like any new hobbies or anything like 14, anything?
Yeah. I've been working a lot on my sewing, which I already know how to sew, but I've been making a t-shirt quilt out of all my old IU t-shirts. So that's been keeping me somewhat busy. For like completely new, not really. I feel like I've been doing most of the same stuff, but just doing it a little more. Yeah, various crafts. I do that, crochet, make little anklets. I don't know. But yeah, and reading a ton. I've been reading so much. So no, I don't know. Nothing too exciting or crazy, but it has been making the time not be like, it's been going by pretty quick and not too painful. So
No TikToks coming.
what'd you say?
No TikToks.
My little siblings are trying to get me to make some, so we'll see. Dancing's fun, but I wouldn't say it's my strong suit, so we'll see how they turn out. But
It's all good.
I'll dance, but I don't know how good it'll be.
It's all good.
What about you? Have you made any TikToks? Are you on there at all?
Yeah, my little sister got me to do one.
Yeah?
Yeah, but
I haven't seen it. I'll have to check it out.
yeah, she put it on our story. I'm at the same team.
All right, yeah, do that.
It's funny.
I mean, it's kind of nice because I feel like you can do a lot of your stuff from home, right?
Yeah, like I got lucky with that because I work as a video editor, so
Yeah.
I had some clients that were like, "Yo, I still need your help," but like the on-site stuff, like where I go shoot, all that got canceled. So I was just
Yeah,
like,
that's tough. That's tough.
but
Yeah, and you said you might play with that team, but I'm assuming it's like not happening, at least for the time being. Like,
yeah, so that's suspended too, cause
yeah, I figured.
May, but I mean it's technically May right now. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like everything is just so like up in the air. Like no one really knows, or it's so hard to plan anything because we don't know how long this is going to last.
It's crazy. So, and the WNBA just said they're doing or something like that. So,
Yeah, and the Olympics postponed to next year. which
Yeah.
is smart, but it's sad. It's crazy.
So yeah, but yeah, I just want to ask you about your experience, and I appreciate.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for reaching out. Yeah, that's basically it. I don't really have anything else that's happened. And yeah, sorry, I don't really know what to think about the whole thing. I feel like my summary and my thoughts on the future of it weren't that great, but I don't know.
It's cool. Your story is good. So
Oh, thanks. Thanks. Like I said, if this all blows over, we should try and link up this summer and do something. I want
yeah,
to go to DC, so that would be perfect.
I'm here. I'm here. So,
Or if you want to come to Ohio, I mean, not as much exciting stuff, but
yeah, I don't know much about Ohio to be honest. So you gotta show me.
learn some stuff.
I think I only been there. We played Boston College. I want to
Yeah,
say.
yeah. Oh, well, it was good talking to you.
Yeah, you too. For
Also,
sure.
I like your hair. I like you're doing the little pony now.
I'm
It's cute.
trying. I'm
It's
trying.
getting so long. It's crazy.
Oh, I know, but it's not as long as I thought. I thought it'd be longer by now.
Yeah. Oh, all right, Ty. Well, I will talk to you again soon.
All right.
All right, bye.